What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Grilling in THEX. Today we are outside. I'm at my grandpa's house, and I'm going to be helping him smoke my very first pork butts. We have another one inside, but these are the two that we're going to be starting off with. Very excited to bring you guys this episode today. We're going to be cooking on his Old Country barbecue pit, and it's a very good smoker. It runs pretty well. We already started the fire last night, and we're going to keep adding more today. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, drop a like down below. If this is your first time to the channel, hit the subscribe button, guys. Thank you. As always, let's get into the cooking. Yep, guys, it's about 5:45 in the morning, and we're gonna be burning a post oak fire today. Have a few splits in there already. Here's some splits we chopped down last night. Hopefully we can burn a very clean fire to promote good smoke. All right, so on this side we have the fat cap, where most of the fat is. It's a few little bald spots right here, but not too worried about that. A few little pieces of fat. Really, with the pork butt, you don't have to trim anything on it. There's already a couple great videos on the internet about what to do with pork butts, but this is my first one, but you know, don't have to do too much. So we're just gonna score the fat on top, just so we can render the fat a lot better in the smoker. Start over here. To the best of my ability. And now, what I'm gonna do is put olive oil as a binder, and then I'm gonna put salt, because I wanna control exactly how much salt I'm gonna get, and then next comes the rub, going on the pork butt. This is gonna be kind of like a slather, acting like a binder. So make sure to really rub it in, because once you start rubbing it pretty fast and with your heat of your body, you'll start seeing that it's going to turn kind of like a white color, and that's when you know that you have it ready to put the seasoning on it, because it'll be slathered in. Make sure to get the sides. Next, we have here some kosher salt, and like I said, very important detail, we're salting separately instead of just throwing it into the rub, because I can control exactly how much goes on the pork. So I'm making sure I'm not under-salting or over-salting it. Basically, we're gonna start from this end and go along the pork butt. And don't worry, it's a pretty big piece of meat. It could take a decent amount of salt. Always get your sides. Everything looks to be covered in a decent layer of salt. So now, I'm gonna use my rub, Carson's butt rub. Whipped it up yesterday. It's actually it's prototype. It's my first time gonna be using it, so let's see how it goes. Make sure you really get a good covering, because you want to form bark on the outside of this pork butt. Make sure you just pat your seasoning in, remove any extra chunky parts, and then always season your sides. Make sure you do a thorough job with this. Very important step. You want to build bark, and you want to build flavor. Most of the flavor is going to come from the smoke, but you still season the meat for a reason. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You have a perfectly scored and seasoned pork butt ready for the smoker. Alright guys, so right here is the pork butt. It's already seasoned up. Now what I'm going to do is find the side with the bone. Feel it right there. Yeah. And I'm going to put this side toward the heat, because the bone will insulate the meat and protect it a little bit more than this side. Fat side up always, guys. So here we go. I'm going to put it in the back corner right here. Not too close to the smokestack, because it gets really hot right there. But alrighty guys, all three pork butts are on. It's about 6:35 in the morning. Check this out, pro tip right here. If you want your splits to catch more easily when you put them on the fire and burn a lot better, start by placing them on top of your firebox. this will heat them up and kind of get the moisture out of them. So as soon as you put them on, they catch very easily. Just wanted to show you guys this little trick right here. Helps the wood burn a lot better. This is the pit, and we're running it in between 200 and 250. We want to kind of be at 250, 275, but for now that'll work. And as you see, the smoke is very, very clean, perfect. If you have all this disgusting, dirty smoke, your meat is just gonna taste like a tree. So you want to have burn clean fire the whole time. As soon as you wrap, it doesn't matter anymore, but unless you wrap with butcher paper. But if you wrap with foil, it doesn't matter anymore. But the whole time, while it's uncovered, you just want to be focusing on burning clean smoke. We'll try to bring it up a little bit to 250, 275, and then try to keep it that way. We just added one not too long ago, and it's okay. Right after you add a log, it's okay. There's gonna be a little bit of dirty smoke, but it's fine. We just added one to get the temperature up a little bit more, up to 250. But yeah, a way to combat that dirty smoke is just keep blowing oxygen towards it. You could use your hat, kind of like fan it, give a little bit more oxygen in there. And then make sure you're always breaking apart the ash, because that smothers the fire. So break up the ashes, break up the coals, and then always, keep the door open. If it gets too hot, close the door and keep the vents open. But right now we're cooking at a good temperature, so we're gonna keep this door open for now and just let the oxygen flow through. Alrighty guys, so we're about at the hour mark, and you can see the temperature is pretty hot. We're like cooking at 315, which is pretty hot, but pork butts, they have bones, so they're insulated, so they could take it. Ooh, it's rising. It's rising. It's pretty hot, man. At least we're burning clean smoke though. Alright guys, so finally after a long fight with the fire, trying to control it and get it the way we wanted, we finally did it. We had to open up the pit for about 15 minutes, and right now it's hovering in between 250 and 275, which is perfect. And let me just show you, the smoke is almost non-existent. You can't really see anything at all, which is perfect. That's great because it's burning very clean. Still have the wood piled up ready to go, but right now it's running perfectly. It's still flaming in there, which is good. We have the door halfway, a little bit more than halfway closed right here, but everything's going the right way. Yeah, it's running pretty nicely right now, and no smoke that's dirty at all. Beautiful clean smoke, which is perfect. So we're running it really, really well right now, and I'm happy about that. We'll try to run it this way the entire cook and see if we can do it. Stay tuned, guys. Alrighty guys, so we're at the 3-hour mark here in the cook, and so what we're gonna do is now we're gonna start spritzing it every hour or so, and I'm gonna make a 50% concoction with apple cider vinegar and apple juice. So 50%, 50%. Alright guys, like I said, we're at the 3-hour mark. These are the pork butts right now. We're just gonna shift them around so they all cook evenly. So the bones are on this side. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna try to put a little bit of space in between them so that they all cook and all the smoke is allowed to go in between them and cook every side of them. So, like I said earlier, we're trying to spray the meat and not the fat, so that's why I flipped it over so we don't spray the fat. If we spray the fat, it won't render very well, so I'm spraying the meat and not the fat. Just trying to make it so it doesn't get too crispy. There we go. We got all of them spritzed. Now, every hour or so, we're gonna check back in and spritz them again. Alrighty, little update. We're about 5 hours into the cook. We had to stop, put it on halt for a second because the fire was burning super ugly and kind of went out, but we got it back going again, and we're about to close the firebox and put the lid back down and keep cooking. We're 2 more minutes. Yeah. So about 2 more minutes, I'm gonna close it down and keep cooking. But I mean, they look pretty decent so far. I just want them to be a lot darker though. So that's where we are in the cook. Hope you guys keep on watching, man. Hope you guys are keep on. It should be a good end of the video. Still a lot more to come, so stay tuned. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Keep watching. All right, we're about 6 hours in, guys. Fire's looking pretty good right now. And we're about to throw in some chicken quarters. All right, so we're gonna wrap these pork butts. What I'm gonna do is spritz them one more time. Make sure it has some moisture. And then now I'm gonna take the temperature. Probe through the fat. It feels not perfect, but it feels decent. 154. Usually I would wait till 170, but my grandpa said it's time to wrap, so I'm gonna wrap them. All right, guys. So current time is 1:40. I just wrapped the pork butts and put them back on the pit. Wrapped them in aluminum foil, and now I just ramped up the fire a little bit. Added three splits in there, trying to get the heat up so I can steam the pork butts a little bit. I'm not trying to soften the bark, but I'm just trying to make them a little bit more tender. As you can see, they're in here. Move these. I've been running the pit by myself for 2-3 hours. Pork butt, ribs, and chicken. And yeah, it's running pretty smooth right now. Trying to get it up to like 275. But yeah, a few pieces of wood in there, burning pretty well. So I'm gonna keep it this way, and then I'm gonna probe them in a little bit, see how tender they are. Smoke at this point doesn't really matter because chicken is a quick cook, so it won't be on there for that long, taking a lot of smoke in. And the pork butts are already wrapped, so that's why it doesn't matter. But if you guys enjoyed it so far, if you haven't already, please drop a like down below. It really helps the channel. But stay tuned, we're not done yet. I forgot to mention this earlier, probably should have told you guys. Tonight we're having a party, and that's why we're cooking all these pulled porks. We're making 3, and my uncle's making 2. And between you and me, guys, he doesn't know that it's a competition. It's me and my grandpa versus my uncle. He has no idea. So I'm about to blow him out of the water. While this is cooking away, he has no clue. He's probably like screwing it all up because I'm just better than him. Sorry, Uncle Bill. That's how it's gotta be. We'll see whose is better. Alrighty, quick little update, everybody. I just added some more wood to get the fire really up the temp right here. And I just covered the chicken. There, it's an aluminum pan with water to get tender and foil on top. And then here's the pork butt and some ribs, like I said earlier. Pork butt's barely getting there. Like I said, I wanted to wrap it later, but my grandpa told me to wrap it already. It's okay though. They'll get there. They're barely passing 150 though. It's taking a while. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so we're still rolling with the high heat. Got it cranked up to 350. We just actually opened it to eat a little bit of some pork ribs, but it's cranked to 350. And the pork butts are on the hot side now. We're trying to finish them off. They're not too far away, see? 175 on the biggest one, and that's the furthest behind one. So we're trying to finish them off kind of hot and fast because we don't have too much time. Like I always said, I've said it like 8 times today. Stick around, you won't be pissed. All right, guys, this is 205 right now internal. So what we did is we basically just moved them over to the hot part of the smoker and ramped it up all the way up to 300. All right, guys, so we just took the pork butts off. 2 of them are in here, 1 and 2, and then 1 of them's here. They all read 205 internally. So we're just gonna rest them on the counter for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna transfer them into this ice chest and let them do a long, slow rest. So quick rest, just to cool them off a little bit so they don't keep cooking, and then put them in there and rest them all the way till it's ready to pull them. Here we are in my uncle's backyard at the site of our party. Here's the pork butt that I made. We already pulled the one my grandpa made, and it looked fabulous. I tasted it, and it tasted fabulous. So we're gonna do a certified tried and true test right now. If I pull this bone out and it comes out with no give and nothing on it, that means that we cooked this thing to perfection. So here we go. Yeah, came out very easily, and look at that, it just falls off. Nice and perfect. Just a bone right there. Beautiful. We're gonna put that off to the side and dump the meat over here where I'm gonna shred it. Oh, it's falling apart. That's perfect. That's how you know it's very, very tender. Now I'm gonna shred it. So basically just dig into it and tear it apart. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, all shredded up. That is my first pork butt cook, and let me see. Very good. Good smoke flavor, good seasoning on there. We're gonna turn these into sliders with a little bit of barbecue sauce. It's gonna be good. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and keep watching. As always, we'll see you next time on Grillin' in TX. Peace out.